All right, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is just some information on what's going on. This came out February 18th, 2019. It says a growing number of black women leaving churches for witchcraft. So I'm going to go ahead and play the video and just add the scriptures as the video goes along.
Growing numbers of African American women in Maryland and across the nation are leaving traditional church worship. All of them are in search of something else, a spiritual belief that connects them to their ancestors and where they can feel more empowered to control their own well-being. They have found it in ancient forms of spiritual contact. Some call it witchcraft, a term they accept and embrace.
Right, so I'm going to start this lesson off with this scripture. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for." Right, so you got Israel, blacks/Native Americans. They actually, in this case, the black woman, leave or hop from religion to religion in search of the truth. And they are able to find it, but they looking. That's why I said they came from the Christian church and not into witchcraft. But this is Romans 11 and 7. "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Right. So the Lord only saving his truth for his elect. So there's an elect women out there also. So the Lord he don't want them. It says, and the rest were blinded. Right, they're blinded because they're gonna tell you in this video that they eventually stop believing in church and turn to witchcraft. "According as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear unto this day." Right, so it's set up for these women that's leaving the church and going to witchcraft to be doing that because the Lord is not dealing with them.
For most of us, this is how we worship, a tradition that predates us all. This, too, is an ancient art of worshiping, not to God the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, but to spirits and deities that span the oceans and date back to pre-slavery days in Africa. Are you, in fact, witches?
Whatever the situation calls for. So, if you come to me with pleasantries, you being respectful, you'll get Glinda, the good witch of the suburbs. But if you come at me with negativity and meanness and disrespect, then you'll get Eveline.
All right, now let's see what the Lord got to say about a witch. And this not only for these women, this for the men too. Scripture. This Exodus chapter 22, verse 18. It says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." Right, so the Lord gonna kill these witches off. Let's see if I can get the other one. keep looking for it. Go ahead and play the video.
Worst nightmare.
They have many names and titles and ranks within their belief system. They are college-educated professional women who've chosen to believe that theirs is a truer example of worship that is inclusive of the genders. It connects them, they say, to their ancestors and fills a need not found in traditional worship, though most of them grew up in the church.
I was raised Christian, all Christians in my family. In fact, my grandfather was a preacher in the South.
I also grew up Christian. I grew up Anglican in the Episcopal Church. The older I got, the more disconnect I felt.
I was raised Baptist. My father is a deacon. My mom a deaconess. I was in church all the time.
These women are part of a sect, Ile Ola Afefe Osa Meiji, spiritual temple. They worship and offer prayers to Oshun, a predominant deity.
She's the deity or the Orisha of aesthetics, beauty, sex, sensuality.
They are growing numbers of African American women who have chosen for themselves a new life, leaving the church in search of more meaning in their lives. And yes, it can be called witchcraft. At a recent convention in Baltimore, more than 200 witches gathered, a sisterhood, but their spells are for good, not for evil. In this ritual, the women are preparing an offering to Oshun on behalf of a woman in California who's looking for a mate. The omelet-type dish is sweetened with honey, believed to be a favorite of Oshun. Prayers are said over the offering and for the woman in need. A portion is offered to Eshu, the male counterpart of Oshun, and placed in a secret place beneath the stairs of this Odenton home. Using shells, they ask the spirit if she is pleased. 4 shells are tossed to the floor, 2 land up, 2 land down. Balance. The gift is accepted.
She accepts it.
The traditions may seem odd to most, a mystery to some, complex and multi-layered. But these daughters of the moon, followers of Oshun, women, powerful, determined, and understanding, say there is nothing to fear. They are here, and they will be here for the foreseeable future. Yes, there are witches among us.
This is something that our ancestors did, and all we're doing is tapping back into it so that we can become our best selves, individually and collectively.
There's so much more to this story than our time will allow, so our conversation continues with these women, where they reveal much more to me. And if you want to watch the extended interview, head to our website, WJZ.com, to watch Behind the Lens. And for even more information, there is a link to the Daughters of the Moon, also at WJZ.com.
All right. So this is I'm gonna go back to this Exodus real quick. Exodus chapter 22, verse 18. Exodus chapter 22, verse 18, thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, right? So, witches are going to be put to death. The Lord not dealing with that witchcraft. Whosoever laughs with a beast shall surely be put to death. And, if you've been doing studies on witchcraft, a lot of them actually lie with animals. He that sacrificeth unto any god, save unto the Lord, only he shall be utterly destroyed. And we know when they doing witchcraft, they be sacrificing people or certain animals, so the Lord won't kill them for doing that, man. This is all against the scriptures. This is Leviticus chapter 18, verse 21. And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech. Right? Israel used to sacrifice their children unto Molech. And they do it now today. It might not be to Molech, it might be to some other deity though, but they still doing it. Neither shalt thou profane. Okay. All right, yeah. That's it for that one. All right, this next scripture is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 8. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 8. But that which is made with hands is cursed, as well it as he that made it. He because he made it, and it because being corruptible, it was called God. Right, in Israel, this goes for that Caesar Borgia picture, but not only that, Israel has made unto themselves idols, gods, so they curse for that, man. For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto the Most High. For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it. Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation, because in the creature of the Most High they are become an abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men. Right. So they go around promoting this witchcraft and the gods that they worship, and they put stumbling blocks before Israel. That's why Israel can't seem to get to the truth, because they keep getting pulled away or seduced by these people to worship other gods. That's why 2/3 is going to be cut off. It says, they are become abomination and stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise. And Esau lets them worship and sacrifice unto these idols and unto these gods, man. That's why Esau gonna get the worst judgment of all the nations. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by vainglory of men they enter into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. Right, so this ain't finna last too much longer than worshiping these idols, sacrificing unto them and stuff like that. All this gonna come to an end, because we are at the end. This next scripture is Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. It says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." Right. So those who are doing these, worshiping these idols, and making these idols, the Lord gonna visit you. There's such thing as reincarnation, man. You have to pay for the sins that you have done when you were in your past life as your forefather or foremother. So ain't no escape. This next scripture is Isaiah chapter 32. 32 verse 9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters." Right, they don't care about what? The truth. They're at ease because what? They are comfortable in the society. They get what they want in the society. "Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech." Right, this Bible. "Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail." Right, the holding hands, that dream that you got of holding hands with all the nations. It says be troubled. And that's probably one of the reasons why they turn unto witchcraft, because they are being troubled. The Lord bringing the society down, bringing the welfare, the benefits, the jobs, are going overseas. You know, harassment is going up. Is seditions happening. Famines. Is all types of prophecies going on in this world. You know, these women looking for comfort. You know, and doing that witchcraft. Well, the scriptures is the comforter, but doing that witchcraft, they be getting their little spiritual powers and all this extra shit, man. So they probably be getting a little comfort from that shit. But it's not going to save them. Eventually, they gonna be put to death, or they're gonna go through all types of hell and miseries because it's prophecy. It says, "The gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and girt sackcloth upon your loins." Right? Uh, Coming to the Lord gonna put these women in a spirit of mourning because they starting to go through all types of hell. So yeah, I got one more video. It's all types of videos out on this witchcraft. This lady right here, where it says how practicing witchcraft helped this woman heal from trauma. Them demons do give these people a little spiritual powers and shit. But yeah, she went into how she learned witchcraft through the television. And who controlling these television networks and all that? Esau, the devil. So Esau gonna have to pay for that shit, man. And then I'm gonna play this one right here. If I'm not mistaken, I think they passed laws that they can worship witchcraft or do witchcraft in open. If it wasn't that, it was worship Satan in the open, which involves witchcraft. So I have to look for that law.
Let's be real about unreal estate. Impeccably manicured lawns, infinitely cool infinity pools, over the top.
Today in England, witchcraft and its more modern incarnation, Wicca, are pagan religions. Wiccans worship the gods and spirits of nature. In return for their faith, the spirits grant them the power of magic.
And the worshiping the spirits of nature, Jake and them get involved with this shit too. They be, making idols, making themselves little idols and shit. That's why Exodus says that shall not worship, or did it say it should not make unto them any idols,
It was this power that first drew Gailey's Cod to Wicca. Now, she's studying to become a full-fledged witch.
I like the name witch, and I suppose in a way I'd like to reclaim it as being a good word and standing for all the things that I believe in.
She has her husband's complete support, though he has...
Now these devils, these Edomites, they can do this because it was given unto them. The law, statutes, and commandments were given unto the blacks, blacks, and Native Americans. Now you do got some Israelites that look like Edomites that's partaking in this also too. So, but there's still going to be a judgment.
No interest in witchcraft himself. She knows others will not be so accepting.
I'm very careful about who I tell. I'm very careful about who sees my pentacle. There it is. That sits by me, and I have a great belief that it should be next to my body as opposed to on show. There is a lot of prejudice still.
Once a month, Gaylise meets with her coven, a group of like-minded witches who bolster one another in their faith. They call themselves the Raven and the Rose. When witches gather in a circle, they believe they can weave stronger magic.
It's a procreation festival.
Tonight will begin.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the raven represents death also, just as well as the crow. If I'm not mistaken. And the rose, the rose go back to the Rosicrucians, the Masons and shit. And they partake in heavy witchcraft too. So.
Elise's first time participating in a secret ritual.
Red sandalwood for passion.
It April 30th. Tomorrow, witches all over England celebrate what they call the first day of summer, Beltane. As High Priestess of the Raven and the Rose, Jeanette Ellis will lead her coven's Beltane ritual.
We're cooking up an incense for Beltane. Making an incense is a spell. The different ingredients that go into it, like making a cake, you blend them all together and they all have specific jobs within the cake, or the incense in this case, and we'll burn that tonight.
On Beltane, the coven will thank the gods for the earth's renewed fertility. For witches, only Halloween, All Hallows Eve, is more sacred.
We take the energy of the goddess and god, of earth and air and fire and water, the energies of the universe I place within.
Weave your web of dark and light. Earth and fire and water, bind us all as one.
Let nothing impure enter herein. Let no one be present unless they come with an open heart.
Their ritual shows appreciation for the return of summer and renewal. Homage paid, the witches can ask for their gifts from the gods.
Wisdom!
Luck!
Then, as with Holy Day celebrations everywhere, it's time for the party to begin. For most in England, Beltane is known as May Day, an ancient feast still celebrated widely. Despite the fears, their faith still sparks. Witches
So May Day, that's when they hold these festivals or Beltane. And also, if I'm not mistaken, Bush went to war on, I think it was January 5th, March 1st, which represented May Day or something like that. You know, a lot of people were sacrificed during the wars and shit, man. You know, so they're only showing you part of the story. Behind the scenes is a lot of sexual magic going on, from orgies to homosexuality, lesbianism, or bestiality, as well as sacrifices and stuff. You know, and they do a lot of chanting, putting spells upon people, all types of shit, man. This ain't nothing to play with, you know, and, you know, but it's what's allowed in this world. So that's why this place, America, is going to be completely destroyed, right along with Israel, and the other nations going to be hit by missiles. A lot of them going to be hit by missiles, and everything else going to be put in order and in subjection under Yahweh Shema Shai and the angels. You know.
Here in May Day festivals across England. The Raven and the Rose Coven seizes the opportunity to march proudly through the streets. Their public walk shows that prejudice is beginning to wane, and reminds onlookers that the celebration of the earth, the sky, and the seasons is humankind's oldest faith.
The harder you work for something.
All right, with that being said, all praise to Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Karkadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers and sisters of truth and sincerity. Shalom.